when you look at the proofreading mechanisms for ensuring the correct copying of DNA and RNA in cells, you are blown away by a bewildering array of complexity, interconnectedness, and thoroughness. There are seemingly endless layers of redundant checking. When you look at neural transmission of action potentials, you see the same bewildering array of synaptic connections on dendrites and nerve cell bodies, each delivering a local depolarizing stimulus, either excitatory or inhibitory. And only the integrated sum of all these stimuli determine whether another action potential will be generated downstream in the post-synaptic axon. To give an idea of the complexity, any one neuron may have as many as 1,000 synaptic inputs from other neurons, and may itself synapse with another 1,000 neurons. All of this allows such subtlety and nuance to sensation that we can still feel someone's light touch on our shoulder, while all the time ignoring the constant pressure of the winter coat we're wearing. When you look at organelle arrangement in the cytoplasm, and to take only one example, protein traffic, you are amazed at the various levels of compartmentalization, subcompartmentalization, gated channels, transmembrane diffusion, and vesicular transport. It's the ultimate in bureaucracy and cross-checking, permission granting, and subordination. The whole thing puts the Chinese bureaucracy to shame, even the Nazi. Which begs a provocative, even subversive question. To what extent is such complex organization necessary to efficiency in life? And where might it lead? As in the two above civilizations, does such bureaucracy inevitably lead to loss of individual freedoms and ultimately to totalitarianism? In other words, is there a permissive role of ever greater increasing levels of organization and control in fascism? Something immediately seems hideously wrong with this reasoning. Isn't the background dynamic of the universe chaotic? Just arbitrary thermal motion? Don't particles move in a random walk? Isn't Brownian motion the default of most one-cell organisms without flagella? So if the universe imposes some order, such as the laws of thermodynamics or Maxwell's equations, isn't it overlaid onto chaos? The prime mover, a concept I'm most amenable to, sorts his universe out of a very dusty mess. Our redress, in imitation of him, attempts to convince an unruly mob to accept some rules, otherwise called civilization. They must be rules that overlay chaos and continue to allow it. For nothing is more precious to man than free speech, and nothing is more chaotic. Nothing is more precious than free thought. But even the thought of one man is a maze of contradictions. How much more the aggregate thoughts of billions? And yet, they must be allowed to think and speak them. So the order imposed must be light, in the sense of being mutually accepted rather than top-down, and flexible, allowing a large margin for interpretation and common sense. All of this is very far removed from the Nazi and even the Chinese model.